Good afternoon, people. Good afternoon. Okay, it's showing that we're active over there. Let's confirm. All right. Awesome. That is what I like to see. Welcome. Happy Friday, everybody. It's another episode of Roots and the City Live. Here checking in with you today. I've been pretty good about keeping a topics list going, and that's definitely still in place, but it's been a couple weeks, so I figured let's just catch up today and see how everyone's doing. Got a upcoming listing, got some really awesome updates for a transaction I'm currently part of. We will dive into that. I got some really awesome news this morning, so I'm just like all in my feels and the excitement about that. But yes, welcome. How are all of you doing? Very happy to see you again. Ding dong, knock knock. It's Jamal the Broker. I am your indie move up guide. I'm here to give you all the market details and also help you turn your first home into your next one. So, I love to get into my tarot bag, and the card I pulled today was very interesting. But before we get into that, let's go over some things. So it's been a couple of weeks. I've been getting a listing ready. Very excited about that. It's another one of those scenarios where real estate is going to real estate, life is going to life. So seller has only been in the property for a little under 3 years, and it's time to go. They are leaving the state. So here comes this home for someone else to enjoy. Had a lot of fun getting that ready. It's actually one of my closest friends, the listing that we're getting ready. And I've got a hat on today. I've got a hat on today because we were out riding bikes. So, right behind my listing is the Nickel Plate Trail. And if you don't know anything about Indianapolis, the Nickel Plate Trail is part of many here locally. We call them our Indy Parks Greenways. And what's awesome about Indianapolis and the trail system is we are one of the few metro areas in the country that have the trail system like we do. So, for example, we've got the Monon, of course. That is an old railway that was converted, and that used to actually go from Chicago all the way down to Louisville. Did I say it right, people? When I was fresh off of the plane from Alaska, I used to say Louisville, and ooh, they clocked me for that. So from Chicago to Louisville, and of course, it's right outside here in my backyard, but that actually connects to the nickel plate. I could walk to this listing, I could ride my bike to this listing, and also you can take that trail all the way up to Fishers. Circling back to my hat, that's exactly what I did. Stony and I were out doing some market research, let's call it, for the listing because, of course, we have to highlight the fact that it's the listing is right by the Nickel Plate Trail. It's been in production. It's freshly opened this year, and it's less than a block away. So, like a silly person, I did not put sunscreen on my head, and a week and some change later, I turn into a reptile. I couldn't even tell you which one. I don't know if I'm a lizard or if I'm an alligator, but my head is peeling and it's not really cute right now. So I would love to cut my hair. I'm looking like a cave queen and feeling like a cave lizard apparently, but hopefully after this weekend I'll be able to take care of this the way I need. But the Nickel Plate Trail is awesome. So they just completed a bridge, and we decided, hey, for the sake of the listing, let's take a ride. Let's go pull out the bikes, hop on the trail, see how long it takes, and enjoy the amazing sunshine. For March weather, it was gorgeous. You would have thought people were coming here for spring break. The sun was just out, and I had all my arms and legs out, but of course my head is the only thing that got sunburned. What's that about? But it was about, I would say, a 42-ish minute ride from the listing up to Fisher's. We stopped and got some bites up there. And then when we came back, it was about the same. The wind absolutely kicked my butt. I thought my legs were going to hang in there. I was battling it out, but towards the end of the ride, I was definitely gassing out. But we made it. We made it. And I've got some cool spots and things that I'm going to go back and record to show you as it relates to the listing. So there's not really like a plan today. So let me skip around a little bit, and since we're talking about the listing, I can just share a little bit of that. One moment, get that pulled up for us. How's everyone's day going though? Are you having a good week? I know for me, there's been a lot of social activities, which I love. I love being in front of people and mixing and mingling, but holy cow, sometimes it catches up to you. So I'm looking forward to some downtime this weekend. That will be nice. But all good things. Got to see a lot of you in person and catch up and whatnot, and let you know what's going on in the local market. And I got to hear about your worlds, of course, as well. So let me go ahead and add this to the screen so we can see it here. Okay, so our media day is this coming Monday. This is 4549 Caroline Avenue in the Sobro neighborhood, moments away from the State Fairgrounds and the Nickel Plate Trail, as well as the Monon. Short walk down 46th Street to the Monon. You're probably going to pass Loom and Gold Leaf, fun places like that on the way to the trail. And of course, if you are able to bike and get around that way, you can hop on one or the other and check out various parts of Indy. What I was saying moments ago was Indianapolis is one of the few metro areas in the country with the trail system like ours. So, for example, I don't know if you can already do this. Let me know in the comments if you can. But eventually, for example, you'll be able to bike or get using the trail, get from Eagle Creek Park, the reservoir, all the way to Lucas Oil. So that just kind of gives you an idea if you're living here locally in Indy, what that could look like for you. I know I hop on the trail sometimes, the Monon specifically, and I go up to Carmel for some quick bites, or sometimes I will bike up there for more casual meetups with other agents or clients. I love that my clients are active people as well. So I've had people do walking meetings with me. I've had people join me for a bike ride, and that's always a great time. But get into this house. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 1,600 plus square feet. You see 1,657 there. And it was a new build when we bought it. So that means it's just a couple years old and some change for you, hopefully, if you're in the market for this listing. It will be going live April 10th. That's in 1 week. We're currently in pre-market, so I can show it to you this way, but you know how to get a hold of me if you would like a private showing. But check out the details here. So gold is definitely a trend, like the brassier kind of fixtures that is making its way back. I personally think it's a timeless kind of look. If you style it right, it can survive all the decades with you. Now, these are the listing photos from when we bought it. They're still posted, so I'm sharing them with you. We will be getting updated photos and video come this Monday, prior to that listing going live in a week on Friday. So check out the gold pops against the navy and the cabinetry here. I love that combo with the quartz countertops and these floors. I'm partial to a darker, warmer floor. There's been a few floors out there that I've seen that are more the blonde kind of wood, but not for me. If that's for you, great. But check, it's just so beautiful, right? I think it's really awesome in here. Tons of space. This is a breakfast bar. Currently have 3 stools comfortably nested under there. So you will see that in the new listing photos because it will be somewhat staged. The seller is in transition, getting ready to move. So packing up some things, getting things cleaned up before we go live and before those pictures. But I know the cellar pretty well, so I spent a lot of time in this kitchen. Tons of room to walk around. I like this floating shelf here in the center. Put some wine glasses, your cookbooks, any aesthetic you want, right? Tons of room to play in this house. The open concept, which a lot of people like. I'm noticing some people wanting to go back towards more traditional layouts in homes, traditional, but here's a glimpse at your living room, spills right into the formal dining, which would be in the center here, and then into your kitchen. What you can't see is right off to the, oh my gosh, okay. If you're facing the refrigerator, to the left of the kitchen is a mud space that leads into an oversized two-car garage, and the garage is pretty awesome because there's all kinds of storage compartments in there, and that's actually where the, water heater and furnace is as well, so that's tucked away, not in the way at all as far as the usable, livable real estate goes. There's that mud space there, super cute, built in. Oh, yeah. So this little nook right here, that was one of my favorite features when I saw the house for the first time. So when we bought the house, seller was out of town when it popped onto the market, and we ran over immediately to go check it out. We being me and them on FaceTime. You've got your half bath right here, and this is like a shelves, obviously, but they're slightly oversized. So currently, the seller is using them to store his records. And when I tell you it's the perfect spot for the records, it was the perfect spot for the records. But there's actually enough room right here if you wanted to sit a little stool. Nowadays, they have cordless lamps, solar charged or rechargeable with your devices. You can make like a little old school telephone booth ish nook here, but tons of options. I love the aesthetic there. And you'll notice in the photos too, the lighting is consistent throughout the home with the canned lights as well as fixtures throughout. Tons of space in here. All right. Upstairs, you've got a true landing area. And this is LVP, consistent throughout the whole house. That closet right there that you see, and I keep looking over because I've got two screens just to remind any of you who are new here. Laundry is upstairs. At the time when we purchased it, washer and dryer did not come with the home, but this time it will. The seller does not want to worry about moving those large appliances. So here you go. You got your two bedrooms up over here, bedrooms two and three, laundry space. This is one of the bathrooms we'll see in a moment. There you go. And this is the primary. Huge, huge space. There's actually a closet over here, and there's another closet inside of the ensuite, which is right there. You don't have a tub in this one. You do in the other bathroom, but you have a really nice standing shower. Check that out. Single vanity up here, but room to play and add one down the road if you'd like to. That option is always there when you have that space. And there's the closet. The home has definitely been taken care of. The seller's only been in it for a short amount of time. So I would love it if you wanted to bring me an offer for this house, or if you wanted to be my neighbor. This is in the area. I won't tell all of my business, but I live around this house pretty close, and lots of awesome things going on in the area. So tons of revitalization, small businesses popping up that everyone loves to frequent. And also, I'm partial to the trails, smack dab by two of Indy's most popular trails. So if this is something you might be into, talk to your agent, call me about it if you're interested, and I'd love to do a showing for you. All right, back to catching up. So personally, I have some house projects that are coming up as well. And I've talked on past episodes about the surprise projects that pop up when you are new into the home. Uh, there's typically something that pops up within that first year, whether it be something minor, something major, hopefully not too major. But me, myself, I've been in my house for about 6.5 years, and the time has come to do something about our sloping deck. So, when we bought our house, the seller left us a beautiful outdoor bar. The stone on top of it was gorgeous. We still have it, a thick, thick slab of stone. I don't actually know what type of stone it is, but it was beautiful. Fast forward 3 years later, there's water pooling in front of it, and we find out that the deck was not really built to reinforce that extra weight that that stone was putting on. So we've got to tackle that. That's in motion. And our goal this spring, personally, with real estate, our real estate, was to fix up the outside. We've had to do a bunch of surprise projects, and we are ready. We are so ready to do some projects that others can enjoy as well. The visuals, I'm super excited about my purple sensation aliens that are growing out front. My house is green, so between the purple flowers and the orange flowers, the snow crocus, it's going to look beautiful. I can't wait to see it. What else? So our front porch too needs some touching up. There's some old boards, they're loose, they're kind of falling apart. So we are going to get into some of those projects. That is one thing with home ownership. When you get your house, you want to take care of it. And the sooner you get on to all the maintenance things, not just the cosmetic, aesthetic projects, but you want to stay on top of any project. Our deck, for example, we learned this from our neighbor, Erin. Hey, Erin. um, she had her deck just replaced. I forget what was going on, but there was cause for them to tear the whole thing down. These homes were built in the mid 40s, so they did not have any flashing in place where the house met the deck. Flashing is like a protective barrier that keeps moisture out, and water is your worst enemy with with homes. You want to keep the water away. You want to keep it out of the spaces it's not supposed to be in. And of course, with our sloping deck, we could see there's also no flashing. And we're mentally prepared for what's to come with that because that price tag could be a little higher than we want, but we are also in the space as homeowners mentally where we are prepared to handle that. We've thought about our big projects already. We have a nice list of things we want to do, and we're trying to time them out as best we can. But this is one of those things that we're not really going to compromise on. It's got to get done. We got to protect the house and the foundation for sure, right? So we got to get that taken care of. And also, it would be nice to use our front porch. We can still use our front porch, but when you walk on it, it's a little wobbly and things are sliding and moving, and I don't like that. That's not cute. So, and I'm not trying to collect any insurance claims. I love y'all, but I'm not trying to collect any claims because you or the male person done tripped and fell because our nails are not doing their job anymore. So those are two of the bigger projects coming up. If any of you know where I can get the emerald green hydrangeas, I really want the dark green hydrangeas to go against the flower bed I have here against my garage. I currently have it blocked off so the dogs don't use it as their bathroom. And I just think it would be so gorgeous to have two huge emerald green hydrangea bushes right next to this greenhouse with the pops of color that we plan to add later. So a little bit there, and I like to share, my personal stories with my home because one, it's very relatable. A lot of people, when depending on what kind of issue the house is having, they can take care of it right away. Others might have to live with it for a little bit. Our deck, this is going on, I think, a little over 2 years now that it's been chilling like that, and it's high time to go ahead and get that fixed before next winter, before the next cold season. And I've had clients pop up too. I've mentioned before clients having to replace water heaters and HVAC. Another one popped up dealing with a pretty serious electrical issue. But we're getting that worked out. I can't say much about that, but these things happen. That's part of real estate. If you're renting, for example, sure, it's the landlord's responsibility, but hopefully they are responsive and they are taking care of you and getting those things taken care of very, very quickly. Depending on the project, could be more serious than others, but when it's your home, that's all up to you. That is part of home ownership is taking care of the house. Yes. So the team and we just had a home buyer seminar. I really love in-person events because you get to engage, you get to interact with people. I love doing this online, virtually meeting with people as well. But there's just something about the in-person element, right? The technology only goes so far. So we had people turn out. And what we're finding is a lot of the renters right now out on the market, they are done. They're done with the escalating rental prices. Indiana is one of the states that does not have a cap on what landlords can charge for rent. And we're seeing a ton of that. I've had clients with the same story. Hey, we want to be in control as best we can of what we are paying per month. So they are coming off of the sidelines. They're talking to us about those options. And so Shanika Peterson was there with Rate Mortgage, and she always does a great job with people, great presenter, tons of knowledge to share all the time. And Alyssa Gable with Connor Insurance dropped lots of awesome home insurance tidbits. All of us agents, including my team leader who's been in the business for about 16 years, learned something. And that's just real estate, though. Like every day, every transaction, you are going to learn a new lesson or take something away. And it's, the home buyer seminars, and let me just level with you for a moment, because I know you all get my phone calls and I talk to you about what we have going on. You get my text messages and all those things. And I appreciate the engagement, but people are a little shy when it comes to coming off of those sidelines and committing to learning, I will say, about their options. What can I do? What can I do based on my credit score right now? What can I do based on the savings I have? Maybe I don't have any savings or anything, and my credit needs a little help. What can I do? And of course, we would love. Sorry. That's what happens when you have two dogs and it's all this testosterone. Let me take a quick break and take care of them, and I will be right back.
Buying a home should feel exciting, not overwhelming. Whether it's your first place, a move up, or a refinance, the right mortgage strategy makes all the difference. I'm Madeline Shevlin, a local mortgage loan officer based right here in the Indy area. I specialize in helping first-time buyers and growing families navigate the loan process with confidence. No jargon, no surprises, just guidance from somebody who truly cares. I'm here to make things simple, strategic, and stress-free. From helping you get pre-approved to finding the right loan program, I take pride in being the loan officer who actually answers the phone, breaks things down clearly, and keeps you informed every step of the way. Refinancing? I'll help you weigh your options and decide what's actually best for you. Let's make your home goals happen together with a mortgage that fits your life. Follow me on Instagram at Mortgage with Madeline or visit rate.com/Madeline Shevlin to connect today.
All right, thank you, Madeline, for that. So, yes, I don't know if you noticed, but Madeline also with Rate, two of my faves. Rate does an amazing job. Shanika and Madeline, we've all had clients together, and I love the service they provide. If you need any lending, please give them a call. So we've got Madeline. You will meet Shanika eventually. She's a little camera shy sometimes, but I'm working on that. I'm working on that. I would also like to take a moment to say thank you to Home Team. This stream is sponsored by Home Team Inspection Service. All your home inspection needs, please give them a call. We've done a ton of business together, easy to follow reports, tons of education, and also a good time. The team is always in good spirits, very funny guys, always making the clients feel very comfortable on site, which we love. Inspection time can be very scary, but I love to remind my clients that the inspection moment in the transaction is our chance to learn about the property. I've got their information scrolling here across the bottom. Please give them a call. Shout out to them. And yes, we are getting through some awesome transactions in Q1 and now Q2, and they always do such a fabulous job. So give them a call today and tell them I sent you. Thank you, Home Team. All right. Does anyone else have small dogs? Does anyone else have small dogs or deal with that? These guys, I tell you, they for the most part they get along pretty well, but sometimes they wake up on the wrong side of the bed and tempers flare and they get into some fights. Not my favorite thing, but that's siblings for you, right? Back to the upcoming events. So we just had a home buyer seminar, and that's something we do at least a quarter. You know, I like to go live when I can. I'm usually doing an online virtual buyer seminar solo, but this one was with the team. And between all the vendors that were there, Shanika with Rate Mortgage, Alyssa with Connor Insurance, we try to do more than just say, hey, this is how you buy a house. We try to give you that education. So when you get up that courage to go and talk to either a lender or a realtor, you're in the right mindset and you're using all of the education and information as a roadmap as to where you can go. So, with that being said, get ready for Talk O Tuesday. Talk O Tuesday. Yes, we love a play on words. Our next homebuyer seminar here locally in Indianapolis will be on May 19th. That's a Tuesday evening from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. There will be more info on that. We literally just put this on the calendar. So stay tuned for that. You will want to be in attendance. We're going to get our vendors. Of course, there's going to be a taco bar, maybe some margaritas, maybe some faux margaritas, little sangria. You know what? We'll see. We'll see. But the only way for you to find out is to come join us. So May 19th, Talk O Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Put that on your calendars, and more on that in a bit. Outside of the virtual events and the home buyer seminars, of course, find me at Jamal the Broker on Instagram, and I will reshare Ennis Group Indy, that's the team, all of our events, solo, team, we're all here to help you. So stay tuned, keep an eye on your socials for that, and answer your phone when I call. I'll give you all the details, okay? Before I let you go, we have a little secret. We have a secret weapon on the team. You're going to have to call me or email me if you want more information about it, but here's what I'll tell you. There is a grant program out there where you could potentially get up to $15,000 in grant money. If you don't know what a grant is, that is free money. That's money that you typically do not need to pay back. Depending on the program, sometimes things are going to be forgivable. Some things are not going to be forgivable. Read that fine print. Remember how we talked about the loan programs, and sometimes you have to pay things back if you sell the home too quickly or you decide to move before that kind of breaking, not the breaking point, before that cutoff, before you're out of that let's call it a contingency. It's real estate, right? But grants are free money. It could be used for your down payment, and depending on the transaction, maybe some other places too. So 317-220-6653, or email me at hello@jamalthebroker.com for more info on that. We've helped a ton of clients on the team with this product, and people are always happy. Up to 15,000. So depending on your transaction, what that means is you're not just going to get a check for 15,000, but it's a built-in kind of credit. So as we're working the transaction, that number is going to get lower as far as like the deductions that are being made for you on your behalf. But up to 15K, that's huge. That's huge right now. As you know, buyers, there's a ton of options right now on the market, and it can be overwhelming, but most of you are just stuck on, what is my down payment? What's the listing price? What can I afford per month? A free 15K would definitely help with that, right? I think so. So while we're on kind of like the topic of mindset, I did not do my tarot reading for you at the top of the show. So today I pulled the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords, as it relates to the real estate market, one, swords are the air element. So think about the air and how it moves. The swords also relate to your decisions, your mindset. So you might be feeling like you're at a stalemate in the market right now, but notice on the card how the individual is very still, but they're ready. You have a decision to make. You just have to pick the right one. Stop fighting yourself and move forward. You'll see that the individual is also blindfolded. What this means and represents is zero in on what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and how it relates to maybe your home search. Maybe you have a house up for sale and you're running into some roadblocks. Definitely pay attention to those feelings, but also clarity. This person is sitting still. There's no signs that they're moving in this illustration. And what I know about this card is this is a clarity card as well. You have a choice, and with your eyes closed, you're just living in your head. Think about it, sit with it. What do you need to do? Are you going to swing the left or are you going to swing the right? And also, I want to just highlight the fact that this is deliberate in action. You're sitting still, almost similar to the Hanged Man on our last episode, the Hanged Man. The swords, the Two of Swords is the same. You just need to sit with this choice that you have. Don't go too deep, but go with your gut. Like, the clarity is there. You just have to tap into it. Don't think too hard about it. I tell my clients, if there's a house that you really want and it checks most of the boxes, stop looking for what's wrong. Stop looking for what's wrong. And I was guilty of this too, right? Like, is this the house? Is this the house? Are we sure this is the one? Probably, probably. But, maybe one of the rooms is smaller than you want. Maybe it doesn't have a bonus space, but it's in the perfect location and there's space to add on eventually. Those are just some examples of how to think about this card as it relates to the real estate market today. Shout out to my client, Chris. Chris, some quick updates about the joys of being a buyer in the market today. So we are pending, we are under contract, we're set to close this month, and we are successfully through all of our appraisal and inspection negotiations. And we only had one big item that we really asked for the seller to show some attention to, show some love to, and that was the roof. So in our case, the roof presented well, but of course, when we got that inspection report, we got all those photos and all those notes. It's older, it's 15 plus years old. And the issue we run into with insurance right now is if the roof is older, you could have trouble getting full coverage, getting the best coverage you can get on that roof. So, We opted to use more time. Our inspection period was 10 days, and we took 5 additional days because the seller was willing enough to get their roofers out there, call the insurance company, get a claim submitted, and the turnaround was wild. I don't know how that happened, but they got out there quick. And guess what? We're getting a new roof. We are getting a brand new roof. We being my client, not me. My roof is only a few years old, but I'm super pumped for Chris because not just the house, but the garage as well. And you want to ask those questions with the insurance because you might get quoted just for the house. If you're working with a good agency, they will ask about the garage, but both is getting covered for us, which is amazing. And this morning, I got a text message from the listing agent, and we're also getting new gutters and downspouts. Come on, like best transaction ever. I love when my clients get stuff, and this is not always a guarantee, right? I was just talking on my Facebook stories this week about this scenario, and there's some agents around, I will just say around, that will talk in a way that's almost like, oh, hey, buyer, don't worry about the roof. Submit a claim and you'll get a new one. You'll just pay your deductible and you'll get a new one. Absolutely not. Do not fall for that because that's not a guarantee. The property, you want it scoped out well, inside and out, under and above, before it's truly yours. And that's what the inspection is for. And luckily in our case, after an adjuster went out and all the insurance things were done, they approved that claim. That does not always happen. And it's going to be on the seller to take care of that deductible because it's their policy rather than you getting the house and now it's yours. You go to your insurance and they say, oh, nope, we're not going to approve that. So you don't want to run into a situation like that because roofs are not cheap. There are resources and things around. You can call me and talk to me about those. I know some great insurance people, but that's never a guarantee. And in our case, very exciting news, very exciting news. This is something that they're not going to have to worry about or think about. And the gutters and the downspouts, what a cherry on top. It's such a cute house. I'm so pumped for my client, Chris, and I just know they're going to make so many good memories in this house. I cannot wait to be part of them. Okay, for real now, before I let you go, let's talk to our friend Gift on Instagram and see what's happening this weekend in Indy. It's Final Four weekend, so it's going to be wild.com. There's already people in town. So, from everywhere. I don't even know from where. Like I don't know what sports are. It's basketball, right? Basketball's happening. Stony and I will be out of town though, visiting some family for Easter weekend. If you celebrate Easter and you're going to be out, please be safe in your travels. And if you're here locally, get into some of these Final Four activities that our friend Gift is going to show us about. And before I play the video, let me just show you her profile. So this is Gift. Follow her on Instagram. I love her videos. They're just quick hit. Hey, this is what's going on this weekend. Go check it out. And she also shares her personal experience with the events. So take a listen to Gift.
Hi, my name is Gift, and welcome to my series called Follow the Vibes, where I tell you all about the cool events going on in the city as someone who has experience working in nightlife and the entertainment industry. Starting off Thursday is a night with Solo. This is a free event taking place at Sundry and Vice. This Friday is First Friday, and if you don't know what First Friday is, check out the pinned video on my page. Some of the Final Four events to check out are the Final Four Fan Fest that's going to be taking place at the Convention Center. Next is the March Madness Free Music Festival that is open to everyone. In addition, there is Swish Arts and Culture Festival, which has live music. It's free for the public. Also, Also have State Farm's College Slam Dunk and 3-point championship. And don't forget to check out HBCU All-Star Tip-Off Party. You can also party with the Dolls this weekend at the Distillery. Dreamt from Scratch is another cool event taking place this weekend. There's music, fashion, skate competition, prizes, etc. There is an unofficial Final Four after party taking place at Rabbit Hole. But before that, you should check out the Big Dance, which is sort of an early night day party. Another day party to check out is Final Four Daycation. And if you're looking to mingle and meet new people, check out Match Madness Single Social. Finally, an event you do not want to miss is 10 p.m. at Fountain Square. Go out this weekend, enjoy all the basketball festivities, have fun and be safe and build community because that's what this is all about. And make sure you like and follow for more updates on things to do in Indy. Bye. If you're looking for things to do in Indy during Final Four weekend, keep watching. Hi, my name is Gift, and welcome to my series called Follow the Vibes Indy, where I tell you all about the cool events going on in the city as someone who has experience working in nightlife and the entertainment industry. Starting off Thursday is a night with Solo. This is a free event taking place at Sundry and Vice. This Friday is First Friday, and if you don't know what First Friday is, check out the pinned video on my page. Some of the Final Four events to check out are the Final Four Fan Fest that's going to be taking place at the Convention Center. Next is the March Madness Free Music Festival that is open to everyone. In addition, there is Swish Arts and Culture Festival, which has live music. It's free for the public. Also have State Farm's College Slam Dunk and 3-point championship. And don't forget to check out HBCU All-Star Tip-Off Party. You can also party with the Dolls this weekend at the Distillery. Dreamt from Scratch is another cool event taking place this weekend. There's music, fashion, skate competition, prizes, etc. There is an unofficial Final Four after party taking place at Rabbit Hole. But before that, you should check out the Big Dance, which is sort of an early night day party. Another day party to check out is Final Four Daycation. And if you're looking to mingle and meet new people, check out Match Madness Single Social. Finally, an event you do not want to miss is 10 p.m. at Fountain Square. Go out this weekend, enjoy all the basketball festivities, have fun and be safe and build community because that's what this is all about. And make sure you like and follow for more updates on things to do in Indy. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much, Gift, for that. I had to run it back twice because one, I just love her content so much. And two, I wanted to make sure you got into everything that's happening for Final Four weekend this weekend. So have a fabulous day. Thank you for joining me today on the live. If you need any real estate needs, I am your Indy Move Up Guide, helping you turn your first home into your next one. Of course, I show lots of first-time buyer love, but I'm here to help you move up in whatever that looks like in your real estate needs in Indianapolis. If you're outside of Indianapolis, please reach out as well because we have a national network that we're part of and tons of awesome referrals around the country. You can reach me at 317-220-6653 or send me an email, hello@jamalthebroker.com. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube @JamalTheBroker, and I will see you later. Have a good one. Bye.